Hey, what's up my fellow Ultra Show? Pow! Reviews here, welcome back to another video. Today guys, I am giving you guys a review of Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy. As I said in the intro, I absolutely enjoyed this game and so much memories and so much playing this game, and I finished all 3 campaigns, did as much as I can with this game. What's my thoughts on this game? Well, you guys are going to find out, so here's my review for Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy. So if you guys don't know what is Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy, it is basically a remaster of 3 games on the PS1, which was the original Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot 3 Warp. And here's the weird thing about it. Since I've been enjoying this game, I decided to put all of my Crash games on the PS1 into the PS4 case, and I love this game so much. And I don't know what to say because I have finished all 3 games in just over 10 hours. Now, there's not a lot for what the Crash and Sane Trilogy is, but there's a lot to get through. Like, seriously, just a lot. The first Crash game I finished it in about 3 hours, and then Crash Bandicoot 2 finished it in 4 hours because I was stuck on a couple bits, and Crash Bandicoot 3 finished it in like another 3 hours because it was kind of easy. So Crash 1 was a little bit easy, being like medium to hard. Crash 2 was a little bit hard, but I loved the challenge on that. And Crash 3 was so easy. Not gonna lie, so easy. But the reason why I didn't actually review this game like early in the actual release is because I was trying to complete the game and get the trophy for 99, 99 lives. But here is my review for this game. Let's get into it. Now, usually with my reviews, I usually do bads then goods. However, with Crash and Sane Trilogy, I've got to say something. All the bad stuff is all minor stuff. It's not like, big, massive things like this thing here, this thing here. It's just only a few minor things. However, with myself, I do have to say one thing. The first Crash Bandicoot is a little bit out of date to its time. Because, if you guys don't know, the first Crash had a lot of new things. And then when the other 2 games comes out, they added new stuff to it, like sliding, and then they added sliding, ice physics, all that stuff. And then Crash 3, they added a lot of things like rocket launchers, like spinning continuously, and just a lot of really cool things. So Crash 1 is outdated, but it's so good. I don't mind if it's out of date, it's still a fun game to play through. So, with the bad things, I do have to say a little bit, few things. Like, first of all, I did experience frame rate dips, and the original Crash, like all of them, didn't even experience any frame rate dips. This one unfortunately did. It's not like big things. I only experienced it like a few times here and there. When I picked up Akuraku's power 3 times when I was running, it slowed down a little bit, which isn't that great, but it didn't even. I got distracted just to play the entire game. It was so fun. Number 2, I do have to say that honestly, in Crash 3, they didn't fix the water physics. Like, the water physics was just so not that great. Literally, every time you just turn, it slowly turns every single time. But on Crash Bandicoot 3 Warp on PlayStation 4's remaster, I do have to say it's still there, and it's still bloody frustrating. And I'm not gonna lie, it's still frustrating to it now. Like, back in the day, it wasn't. Now it is, and it's still a massive pain. I died a bunch of times on Coco's missions. It was just so frustrating. I was pulling my hair out. I was literally like, god damn it. But honestly, that was the only things about it. And a little bit of driving mechanics here and there aren't that great. I did experience some bits. I was like, I should fix this, but what can you do? So that is it for the bad stuff. Now let's get into the good stuff. Now let's get into the good things about Crash and Sane Trilogy. Now I have a few things to talk about on this list on my notepad here, which is really cool. So, first thing I want to talk about, Vicarious Visions, who actually did the remaster for Crash and Sane Trilogy, did a fantastic job with the updated paint. Like, everything looks so gorgeous. Even the intro. Like, I don't really see the intro, but I love it. The intro was so cool, where you can see like the PlayStation 1 version of Crash Bandicoot to its PS4's version of Crash Bandicoot. It's so cool. I love that so much. Like, the levels are so cool, like they updated everything into that game. I love it. Even the menus are so good. Like, it's just, I feel like it's one of the best like remasters I've seen to this date. Even with Gears of War, like they're my two best remasters I've seen for ages. So yeah, that's one of the first things. Next is the challenge factor. Now, back in all the crashes from PlayStation 1, they were hard. In Sane Trilogy, they were more harder. This is more harder than I have ever played on a Crash game. There was a lot of levels that I was like, man, this was supposed to be easy, but then they update a little bit some things here and there. It's more harder. So if you're gonna get this game, just be warned with the challenge factor. I give it like challenge factor like an 8. There's a lot of hard parts here and there. There was like there's one part in Crash 2 where I was dying so much. I was like, God damn it. I was almost raging. It was so good. Next thing, you can actually play as Coco for the first time anywhere you want. Once you get through the first part in like certain parts of the games, like for Crash 1, 2 and 3, you can unlock her like early on. It's free and you can just play as her if you want. I played with her a few times. It's brilliant. Like she does like what Crash does. She does a little bit, some different animations to what Crash has. I love it. It's pretty cool. It's an option. I don't mind playing as her, but I prefer playing Crash. That's one of the things about this game you can do. You can play as a male or a female. Pretty cool nonetheless. Another thing is you can finally save in the Crash series. Like any of them. Like if you're playing through Crash 1, like back in the day, you have to go through a bonus level to unlock and to actually save it from there. And you had to have a memory card. Oh, those memory cards were so good. I remember one time when I was, a kid, I lost my save date because of it. It was so bad. But now, I can finally save it no matter what. There's 4 saves you can do. So you can have one for me, one for my family, whatever. So basically, we have different save points whenever. It's pretty cool. And if all 3, it doesn't even matter. If you play through, like, half of, Crash 1, then you can finish it off afterwards. Same thing with Crash 2 and 3. It's brilliant. Next is Time Trials, which I've got to say, Time Trials is pretty cool. I haven't done much of them, but what I've done is brilliant. Like, there's a couple of really good standout ones. Like, if you beat a certain amount of time in, like, the time trials, you get, like, the best reward. And I did a few, and it's so hard. Like, it's the most challenging thing I've ever done on the Crash and Sane Trilogy to date. Finally, the soundtrack. Now, usually with soundtracks, you always have to think of yourself about the remaster. What is different with the Crash and Sane Trilogy soundtrack? What is it? Well, they updated it with a lot of really cool stuff, and when I first played it, it gave me nostalgic, and that's what you want. If you played it for the first time in ages, you want nostalgic. But if you've never played it, the soundtrack is brilliant. Like, all the soundtracks are brilliant. And here's the cool thing. If you're on Spotify right now and you're like, oh, I want to listen to new music, go and put this soundtrack on your Spotify. It is bloody incredible. Like, all the sounds, like all the songs on it is brilliant. Even the Hog Ride, the Hog Ride soundtrack. I love that song to bits. Back when I was a kid, now it is. It's so brilliant. And that's about it, guys, about the good things about Crash and Sane Trilogy. Now, here is my verdict for this game. Crash and Sane Trilogy is a fantastic remaster with all 3 classic Crash Bandicoot games: Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot 3 Warp. Fantastic games back in the day, they are fantastic right now. Despite from some of the bad things here and there, only minor stuff, nothing really big, this game is definitely well worth your time. And I love this game so much, I want to play it again. That's how much fun this game was. The challenge factor was good, soundtrack was amazing, gameplay was always been there, nostalgic for me, and I love it to bits. So, I am going to give Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy a 9 out of 10, because this game was bloody brilliant, and I recommend it. This game was brilliant. So that is my review for Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. All my social media links are in the description down below. Any comments, any feedbacks, you guys know what to do. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. So, peeps, bye-bye.